Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCrowd. Another very good and very beautiful Saturday morning. We're back again with our predictions as usual. All right. We always take a look at football matches that are playing, happening across the globe, and we select a few of these games and look into them, and also look at the previous results for each of these matches. Using those data, we'll come up with the verdict for each of these games, and that's what we're going to do in a short while. And we have all these games lined up, and we're going to look at this match in a very short while. But we want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to take our time to hit the subscribe button right now. Subscribe to our channel so that you always get notified each time we make our video, on a daily basis. All right. That being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we know today we have a very big match, the biggest match of the year. If you ask me, it is the Champions League final where we have a Paris Saint-Germain who will lining up against Inter Milan. All right, that's a very very interesting game, and it's going to be a very interesting one, and it is included in our predictions today, and we'll be doing that also. So, but we'll start today's game with a game in Swedish second division where we have Oite who will be up against Trelleborg. All right, one now we look at stats for each of these two teams. You can see that for Oite it is 3 victories and 2 draws in the last 6 matches, and as well as 1 loss. And we Trelleborg, winning just 1 and drawing 2, but also losing 3 matches in the last 6 matches that they have. All right, when you look at how the two teams have fared from home and away basis, you can see that the home side Oite have actually done very well from home, winning 7 matches and a draw in the last 10 home games. They've also lost 2 matches out of those. And away side Trelleborg have managed 3 victories and a draw, but have lost 6 matches out of the last 10 away games. That tells you this is not the best side when playing from away. All right, and even though the head-to-head records show Trelleborg winning from home the last time both teams met, but we do expect the home side Oite, who have shown good form consistently in recent times. We have actually seen them winning the last 4 home matches that they had. Last 6 home matches saw them winning 5 and drawing 1 out of those matches. So we expect to see the home side doing very well here. The odds are actually quite big, and we expect to see home side winning out from here. So home win, that's our value for that very game. And the next also in the Swedish second division where we have Sandviken who up against the bigger boys. Okay, in this very encounter, we could see that for home side, it is just 1 victory and a draw in the last 6 matches, and they've also had 4 losses out of the last 6 games. And Vega Boys, on the other hand, have won 4 games and a draw, losing just 1 out of the last 6 matches. And when you look at how the two teams fared for home and away basis, you can see that Sandviken, the home side, have actually been able to manage 5 victories and a draw, but they've also lost 4 matches in the last 10 home matches. And away side, Vega Boys, winning 4 games and 3 draws, losing 3 matches in the last 10 away matches. Okay, and in this very one, when we look at how they played the last time they met, it was a 2-1 victory for Vega Boys, and we saw Sandviken, also winning by 3 goals to 1. But in this very one, we're going for the goals here. We expect to see a minimum of 2 goals here, over 1.5. That's our value for that very game. And it takes us to the next game, which happen to be the major game for today. It is the Champions League finals where we have Paris Saint-Germain will be up against Inter Milan. All right, and when you look at the stats for each of these sides in the last 6 matches for both of them, have seen Paris Saint-Germain winning 5 games in the last 6 games, losing just 1. All right, and Inter Milan on the other hand have won 4 matches, drawing 2 out of the last 6 recent encounters that they had. When you look at how the two teams fared in the last 20 games for the home side, you can see that Paris Saint-Germain, the last 20 games, have seen them winning 15 games out of the last 20 matches that they had. They've also had a draw as well as 4 losses in the last 20 games. All right, this is a side that does so very well. But when you look at their away side, Inter Milan have actually won 11 matches in the last 20 games that they had so far, both home and away. 11 matches won, but they've also had 6 draws as well as 3 losses. Okay, 6 draws and 3 losses for Inter Milan. All right, when you put all that together, we know that although the last meeting between the two sides saw Inter Milan winning by 2 goals to 1, that was in club friendlies. But in this very one, we would definitely expect the home side, Paris Saint-Germain, although there is a neutral ground for both sides, Paris Saint-Germain is expected to do very well here. Who are a side who have actually won 15 games out of 20, only losing 3 games out of the last 20 games that they had. We'll be expecting Paris Saint-Germain to take it there here. So it is Paris Saint-Germain to win outrightly. Paris Saint-Germain to win the trophy, actually. Paris Saint-Germain to win trophy. That's my value for that very game. Paris Saint-Germain to win trophy. That's that. All right, and that takes us to the next star for today. It is in Ecuador Primera A, but we have LGU Kito will be up against Tekno Universitario. Okay, when you look at stats for each of these two games, two teams, you could see that Kito, the home side, have won 3 games and a draw, losing 2 matches in the last 6 games, and away side, Universitario have won just 1 game and a draw, also losing 4 games out of the last 6 matches that they have so far. Okay, when you look at how these two teams have fared from home and away basis, you can see that the home side, Kito, have actually won 5 games in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 5 draws, and they've not lost a single match here. And away side, Universitario have managed to achieve 3 victories and 2 draws, but have also lost 5 games in the last 10 away matches. The last away game they had, so they were losing it against the Deportivo Cuenca by 2 goals on that occasion. And on head-to-head basis, it was Kito who actually have been dominating this very meeting, winning 9 times out of 10, and taking no Universitario, winning just once, out of the last 10 meetings between two sides. So when we put all this data together, we definitely expect the home side to take it there here, and it is Kito to win outrightly. Home side to win. That's what we expect for that very encounter. All right, the next game that we have for you today is in Norway, second Division 2, Group 2 rather, and we will have Followk coming up against Saka. All right, for Followk FK, it is 1 victory in the last 6 matches, and as well as 5 losses. And away side, on the other hand, Saka have won 2 games and 2 draws, also losing 2 matches. All right, looking at how they fared from home and away perspective, you'll see that the home side Followk have been able to achieve 5 victories and 2 draws, losing 3 matches in the last 10 home matches. And away side Saka winning 2 games and 2 draws, also losing 6 games in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. And that tells you that these are not best side of playing from away. And also looking at the score line for each of these two, so you can see that the home side in the last 10 home matches they have produced over 2.5 8 times out of 10, and the away side also have seen a very similar outcome, and also having over 2.5 5 times out of the last 10 away matches. All right, and on head-to-head basis, the last meeting between two sides is actually 6 records that we have here. All of those 6 records actually produce over 2.5. And then this very one, we are going for the 3 goals to appear minimum in this one. Over 2.5, that's all valid for that very game. Okay, and the next that we have for you also in the same division of Norway division, second division, and on Group 2, where we have Strømmen who will be up against Stodal Blades. All right, for Strømmen, they have won 6 games in after the last 6 games, they've won 4 and they've lost 2 matches out of those last 6 recent encounters. Now we side Blinks have had just 1 win, but have lost 5 matches out of those 6 recent encounters. All right, and looking at how these two teams have performed from one away perspective, you could see that the home side, Strømmen have actually won 7 matches and a draw in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 2 games, and away side on the other hand, Blinks have managed to achieve 3 victories from away, but have also lost 7 matches in the last 10 away games. All right, and also would you know that Strømmen is actually doing very well at the moment? They are actually second in the last in the league table. Also, they have played 1 game lesser. So in this very one, we're expecting the home side, who have been doing so very well in recent times, to take it there. Even though the last meeting between two sides saw Blinks winning this side by 6 goals to 0. That was in July of last year. But in this one, we're going to into the home side. Definitely expecting the home side to do very well. After seeing themselves for their away side, we expect to see home side winning outrightly here. Home win. That's our verdict, and that brings our positions for you today on Betcraft to a conclusion. We wish you the very best of luck, and also hope your ticket goes green. Also, remember to play responsibly, as these are football games. Sometimes may not actually be exactly what it seems. Several factors might come into play, red cards and all that. That makes it the game that it is, football. All right, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions right on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.